One of the questions that a lot of clients ask us as mortgage brokers is how their credit's going to affect their mortgage application. And in particular, telecoms mobile phone defaults are an issue that a lot of people where typically wouldn't normally have bad credit or have issues. It's incredibly easy to get mobile phone defaults. One of the problems that we find now is that a lot of mobile phone companies will split your account. So you'll have one mobile phone and it'll have an airtime account and it'll have a handset account. Where that's relevant is a lot of lenders that will accept defaults will disregard mobile phone defaults completely, but not handset accounts, because these are deemed as being loan accounts. So when you look at your credit file, O2 for example, Vodafone are the same. Your single account will actually show up twice. Once will be the loan account and once will be the telecoms account. The lender will disregard the telecoms, they don't disregard the loan. So an example of how we can work with this is we have a client at the moment who's looking to borrow 90% loan to value to purchase a new house, made redundant last August. In this particular case, he was working for a telecoms firm. He had 4 different mobile phone accounts, 2 telephones, 2 iPads. Each of them had an airtime and a handset account. So in total, there's 8 accounts on this client's credit file. Now, when he was made redundant from the company that was providing them with these handsets as part of his job, they obviously removed them and he was defaulted through no fault of his own, really. But those defaults sit on his credit file. They're not satisfied. And obviously he's looking to borrow as much as he possibly can. Now, he also has a limited employment history. He was made redundant in August and then didn't start his new job until December. So we're only just at the stage where he's got 3 months employment and he has a gap in his employment history. Now, this is where speaking to a broker is just beyond important, because this is not the kind of case that's going to fly if you go into Money Supermarket and try and key it in direct to a lender's website. This is a kind of case where you need somebody fighting your corner and presenting your case in the best possible light. Now, had this client come to us in advance of trying to buy a house, we could have worked with him to clean up his credit file, get it a little bit more presentable so that it looked a lot better when we came to putting it in front of a lender. He didn't do this, but just natural, you know, it's an emotional thing looking for houses. So he found the house that he wanted to buy first, put an offer in on it, and then started looking for the mortgage, and that's when the problems came to light. But because we were able to present a case, provide a solid explanation for why these defaults occurred, obviously there was no previous history of them, and he's in a new job now, so his situation is entirely better than it was sort of 9 months ago. We've been able to get a mortgage approved at 90% loan to value. It's not a high street rate, it's not a bad rate, it's probably about 1% higher than he would get in the high street. So all we've done is we've looked at a 2-year fixed rate for him, so that in 2 years time he's then going to be nearly 3 years beyond these defaults having occurred. We've got them all paid off, so he's going to take a little bit of pain on his mortgage for 2 years, get the house that he really wants, and then at that point we can remortgage him, get him back onto the high street, and as long as Donald Trump hasn't blown the world up by that point, he's going to get a cheaper rate. If that's the kind of thing that appeals to you, or that you think that you could benefit from, put your comments in the comments, obviously. Send us a message, get a copy of your credit file, send it over to us, and we'll see what we can do to help.